Hi, welcome to another episode here on Dole Whip Wishes and Castle Dreams. So glad to have you join us. We are doing another great copycat recipe video for you today. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be gluten-free, and I am so happy to share this with you. It is another request from one of our fabulous viewers. Thank you, Jennifer Dean. You should check her out. She's awesome. She requested this recipe, and like I said, we love getting these requests from you, so feel free to send us all the requests, right? For some Disney copycat recipe videos, we love to share those with you, and we love hearing from you. So thank you, Jennifer. So glad that we get to do this one today for you. Thanks for sending in that request. So today we are going to be making the magic cookie bars from Port Orleans Riverside. So yum. Yes, we got to stay there for the first time last year. It was amazing. One of our favorite resorts. Of course, I think like they all end up being our favorite resorts because they're just so amazing. But seriously, it's beautiful, it's peaceful. They've got so much great stuff there, including these magic cookie bars. So good. So we're gonna make them, and of course, we like to do some gluten-free recipes for you as well. So that's what we're gonna do this time. We're gonna make it gluten-free, and it's a pretty easy fix for this recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the ingredients for you so you can take a look at those. If you need a little bit more time, just hit pause. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the only thing that's not gluten-free from the original recipe is the graham crackers. Surprisingly, graham crackers were not gluten-free. I learned something new. But I actually was able to find these gluten-free graham crackers at my local grocery store. So I'm really excited. It was a simple fix. There's also some great recipes online for making your own graham crackers, gluten-free graham crackers if you don't have them in your stores. But I was just really thrilled to find these. So I'm gonna use these. And we're gonna get started by making the crust level of our treat, okay? We're gonna start by making our 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. I'm going to take them out of here, put them in my bag, and then smash them with my rolling pin. Okay, I've got my 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. See, they're nice fine crumb there. And then I need half a cup of butter, which is about a stick. And I've melted it. So I'm just gonna really carefully, slowly kind of mix it all together just to get that graham cracker wet so it'll make a nice crust. You just wanna mix it as evenly as possible throughout your graham cracker. Okay, now that we've got it mixed, we're going to put it into our pan. For each of our copycat recipe videos, we like to do what I call a sprinkling of pixie dust. And all that is just a little something extra from the recipe that just makes it a little bit more special, because that's what Disney does, right? They add a little bit of extra magic to everything, and that's what makes it so fun and makes us want to go back for more, right? So for today, in this recipe, our sprinkling of pixie dust will be this Mickey silicone pan right here. We're going to make them into Mickey shapes because, again, everything tastes better when it's Mickey shaped, right? So I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of my mixture into the bottom of each one of these. Okay, I've got it all in there, and I made sure to kind of tamp it down a little bit too with my little spoon, just to make a nice little crust. Now, if you don't have one of these, or you don't want to go through, because this is a little bit more work to do it this way, you can always use a square or rectangle pan and just layer this on the bottom nice and evenly as well. All right, now we're gonna move on to the rest of our ingredients. Now comes the fun part. We get to combine our cookie bars. Super excited. You're gonna start with your condensed milk, and you're gonna just pour a little bit into each one of these guys here. And this condensed milk is what's gonna really kind of hold everything together. Think of it kind of like the glue of your magic cookie bars. So make sure you get enough in there. We can always add a little bit more later if we need to. Now the original cookie bars didn't have the mini M&Ms in it. That was a kind of recent addition. So if you had those old bars and you're just looking for that, go ahead and skip the M&Ms and just make them that way. And of course you can modify this recipe if you don't like coconut or if you don't like pecans. It's super modifiable. Is that a word, modifiable? I just made it up, maybe. Now, if you're making it in the square or rectangular pan, this will be a little bit easier because you'll just want to pour it all over. You won't have to try and guess how much you'll need in each one. But for this, we're just going to kind of eyeball it and see once we get our stuff in there if it looks like it's going to, kind of hold together. If not, I can add a little bit more of the milk. All right, we're going to go ahead and put in our ingredients. Start with the coconut. Sprinkle it on in there. Normally I'd use my hands. As many of you know, I don't mind using my hands, but I'm making this for some coworkers, so I'm keeping my hands out of it this time. Okay, then I'm gonna do my chocolate chips. Now these are semi-sweet chocolate chips, and my coconut was sweetened shaved coconut, so then we're gonna do our pecans, chopped pecans. Now I rolled mine out a little bit more too, just so the chunks weren't quite as big. That's just a personal preference. If you like big chunks, you don't have to do that extra step. But with cookies like this, I don't know, I really like the smaller size stuff. So I just used my rolling pin and a plastic bag to roll it and kind of break up those pieces a little bit more. Then we've got our butterscotch chips. Oh my goodness, these smell amazing already. I don't know if I can wait. Just getting them in there. I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more of my condensed milk because it's looking like it might need it. Now, and last but certainly not least, are M&Ms. And again, like I said, if you don't want them, you can omit these. But I like it. I think they add a little bit of color too, which is, I'm a colorful person. So I really like the color that they add. Okay, now that we've got all that in there, I'm gonna press it down with my spoon and try and get it to set into that evaporated milk and see. I think I might put a little bit more into these. Some of them are okay. Now, if you did make it in the big pan, you won't have to guess. You'll just pour that sucker in there and be done with it. But you'll want to press it down in there as well, though, the ingredients. And I layered them like this because that's the closest to the actual Disney. It makes them look just like the Disney version. So, okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Okay, I've got it all ready to go, but you can see the silicone's kind of wobbly, so I'm going to put it onto another cookie sheet just to make it easier to get in and out of the oven. But I've preheated my oven to 350, and once that's ready to go, I am going to bake these for 25 minutes. So we'll see you in 25 minutes. Once they've baked for 25 minutes, around there, you're gonna wanna watch them. Mine got a little toasty. You want them a nice light brown, and you'll pull them out. And then the key to these is to put them on a wire rack, still in the pan, and let them cool. I've already done that, and then I carefully pulled them out of the silicone mold. It's kind of tricky to get them out. But again, the key is letting them cool completely before you pull them out. If you're doing it in a square or rectangular pan, again, let it cool completely before you even cut into them, because they're going to be super gooey when they first come out, and you want them solidified so they don't just fold in on your cuts. So again, once they're completely cooled, I know it's going to be hard because they look so delicious. How good do these look, right? You're going to let them cool completely before you pull them out or before you cut them. But then once they are cool, you are welcome to cut and to pull them out, and they look super delicious, and I cannot wait to try them. And we are all done with this recipe. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Jennifer, for suggesting this great recipe. If you have any recipes you'd like to see here on our channel, please let us know in the comments below or on any of our social media channels. Again, we'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot of great videos for you, other copycat recipes. We do some tips and tricks. We do some Disney crafts. We also have our travel vlog. We're getting closer to our next trip. We're super excited about it. We're gonna do an update on some of our plans for that trip soon. So make sure you also hit that bell button so you're notified anytime we have a new video, so you don't miss any of this yummy, awesome goodness, right? All right, thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope to see you real soon.